Now, if people ever follow my Twitter, which, listen, there's a lot of fucking stuff going on there, I've probably tweeted about 200,000 times or something mental, right? If anyone ever follows my Twitter, they'll know mainly from the CSGO side that I was one of the people pretty much, I was just, like the joke would be, if you think of like a fucking movie where someone's a private investigator, I was just basically in the Astralis fucking trash all day long, picking out banana peels and looking for financial papers and stuff, because I was on the trail of finding out what was going on with the CSGO team, like why is the CSGO team, why are players taking breaks, and why are people actually like behind the scenes I'm hearing this player wants to leave. It's like, what? You won all the majors with them. So I was investigating that, right? And in doing so, I kept finding out info, funnily enough, from people I know in League as well about the Origin team and hearing similar things there. And so we heard these stories like people are getting asked, and here's another thing people might not know. People like you weren't on the largest salaries ever in Origin either. Like if this was more of a team where it's like you can join the team because you can get good, like you can play with Alfari, we can get Mithy in, we can get the, it's like we can make a good team, but this isn't like G2. We're not all getting paid fucking mega bucks and like going to be millionaires after this. So I heard already if you're in the team, it was sort of like, a bit tighter than people probably realise for how good the team is. But then people are getting asked to take pay cuts. Things like this happen where you don't get to keep a player you want. You have to re-up with people. People are getting burned out. People are leaving the team, right? From your vibe, was this actually something that affected you? Because I know you've said basically in season 10, you've hinted at it basically, that it wasn't just that, like, you didn't just become bad at League of Legends. You didn't just become like a player who doesn't care or only plays a small champion. It seems like something happened to your mental as well, or something happened to your, like, maybe passion for the game or something. Was any of this contributing?
I mean, it's, for me, I mean, I don't think it contributed that much for me. Like, for me, the problem is during the Corona times, when I was like between spring and summer. That's kind of when like I don't go outside at all, almost, and I get like my allergy problem, and basically the whole summer split of 2010. I like have kind of like sleeping troubles the whole time, so I don't think I would really say that.
It wasn't just because of that stuff.
Because they said I mean, it was something like, guys, you guys should need to take pay cut, or people are they said something like that, right?
They're gonna fire people, yeah, something like that, yeah.
But for me, to be honest, I kind of like when I hear that, I see it for what it is, and I just say that's just life. I will just keep playing, just if you want to just talk to my agent, maybe, if you want to talk about it.
Okay, that's a good line. That's a good line.
So for me, that didn't impact me much. Because I'd seen the story before. I already did. So for me, it was way more about like a kind of personal situation. That was why this year was bad for me. And I will say that we did, of course, do fine with this team in spring, right?
Yes.
But I do think that that team, the reason we got 10th in that summer split was actually because of me, because I was kind of the player in that team that had to bind everything together, in my opinion, because at this time, so we have probably like Barney is like the best top laner. Like he could pretty much always win top lane, right? And Upset was also, I would say, like he was probably like the best AD, but as well like Caps and Rec. No, I mean Rec.
Yeah. But he got underrated, didn't he? Because people were like, he's on the 10th team or so people definitely were saying
but
shit
he
or whatever.
could be like definitely the best,
Okay.
Probably was the best, let's say, but maybe he missed some experience, and then but the thing was, both those players are like kind of laser focused on themselves, right?
Yes.
And also our jungler also was a similar, like Zerx is also like a carry player actually.
Yes.
That's like he likes to farm with carry champs, and then he likes to like carry fights while being ahead. And also Mitch was, or Sport was also not like that big a shot caller. So in the end, the responsibility fell on me, that I had to like pull the team together, and I had to kind of be the shot caller and kind of the leader of the team in game to make sure that everything worked. Because otherwise we would kind of just play without a direction. Everyone just play kind of for themselves. Nothing would happen, and in the end we would probably lose. And when I kind of got in spring that worked really well. I would even alter my champion pool for it. I would play like Ornn mid or Maokai mid or something, and focus a lot on like the vision game and the shot calling, and making sure that while people were doing their thing, it kind of like made sense together. But in summer split, I was not able to do that anymore at all, and maybe I could have, but at the time I didn't even realize I had the problem. But I was just really low energy, and I just didn't kind of like I just didn't have the surplus energy to like play myself and put the whole team together. So I think that was the main thing like lacking actually for us in summer. And I think if I wouldn't have had that problem, then I think team would have been a lot better. Yeah, so that's how I feel about that.
When you say that you having like, you know, sleep problems, like how bad was it? Was it like literally insomnia, like you feel like you don't sleep? Was it just like you only have a few hours? What was it like in that regard?
So basically it was that I would just sleep like maybe, you know, back then I didn't, as I said, I didn't realize I had the problem. I just woke up and I was like, I can't sleep. Okay, I will drink a coffee and we start gaming, you know. And that probably didn't help it as well. But it was that basically I could fall asleep, but I could not stay asleep for long. So right. I probably slept somewhere between like 5 and 6 hours. And I'm a person that I need to sleep a lot to like function optimally. So yeah, that just made me like not. I was not myself, I think, at all that time. So that was how it was. But as I said, I didn't realize it was a problem. Because, you know, during the split, it's so much like, you know, like there were scrims every day. Every day is important, you know, like you just go. And then it's first when I get home and out of that environment, kind of like that, I realized that, okay, there was a problem.
How did you fix it? Because obviously people have seen, like, if they watched this last split, no matter what people thought coming in, you looked like you were back. How did you fix it?
So it did probably turn into like a multitude problem kind of, but it was just realizing that after like living in that kind of like when I say environment, I actually mean my own house, you know, because I was just sitting inside and it was I didn't clean properly and it was dusty and I was kind of like breathing in what I was allergic to every day, and we were never like really going out of my house. It was like lockdown and everything. And so now I started realizing that after that my body became kind of like hypersensitive against it. So just making sure that everything is really clean and making sure that I use the right kind of like, let's say, products and stuff for that. But also it might have became like kind of stress related as well in the end, because I also kind of that was pretty stressful, this split, you know. And then also the time after was in Astralis was also kind of like stressful, so it was also probably just like completely winding down as well was also important. And those things, it doesn't happen overnight, you know. You need to take some time with it, and you know, just that'll be.
Along these lines, though, that's something I want to ask is, throughout your whole career, even if the team wasn't always that, you know, even if Vitality or one of the Schalke lineups or even if the team wasn't that good, you were nearly always like still a very good player or one of the better players. And in fact, I even remember in the era when fans were always saying like, oh, he can't be compared to like Caps and Perks and stuff. Dude, if you ever went behind the scenes and talked to exactly that type of player, they would always be like, oh, actually, I think Nukeduck's one of the few players who can sort of like, you know, match up with me or like lane against me or play against me. Like they always gave you their props. So what I want to ask was this: how did you actually handle basically seeing in the game, like, I'm not one of the best during this period. Like, I'm actually, in fact, sometimes maybe I'm the guy who loses the game for the team. Could you handle that? Wasn't it kind of your identity about being one of the best at League of Legends?
Well, so yeah, I mean, it didn't help. I mean, it was not good. Yeah, like I didn't. If you're talking about 2000 and like summer 2010, right?
Yeah, this period where you were having all the problems and stuff. Yeah.
No, I it was not like good. No, like I mean, but I was just like, you know, like kind of exhausted and annoyed, and it was like I was annoyed, and I didn't know at the time kind of why it was not working, but I mean, but losing it made it like, let's say, just more like stressful, and it was just like a lot of negative vibes from me during that time because of that, like everything kind of going bad. So yeah, it was, but it was not like I didn't feel like super like it wasn't like
you weren't depressed or anything.
No, not like that. No,
Right.
I was just super negative, let's say. Yeah.
Want to see more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.